listening to Sports Radio Detroit.
Welcome to Grave Discussions. I am your host, Barnabas.
And I am your other host, Samael.
And we are back with episode number 28. Predator's cooler, right?
I don't know.
I don't know, but
We'll see.
That's going to be the topic of today's show as we review The Predator. Because everything has to have the in front of it now for some reason.
The Final Destination.
Yeah, I don't know why.
The Halloween.
I thought it was going to be the Halloween.
I hope it's not. I hope, because they still haven't, I don't think Halloween is just a working title, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a go. I think are they keeping it just Halloween?
No, yeah, it's just Halloween.
No, that can't be.
Yeah, it's true.
That's so fucking stupid.
And it's the same thing.
At least the Halloween.
I don't know about that one. It has to be Halloween something. Halloween Origins.
No.
But we're not going to be talking about Halloween. We're going to be talking about actually Miramax, who...
Oh, yeah, I heard about this.
Yeah. Who own the rights to Hellraiser and Scream. And with what's been happening recently with Halloween, actually, Miramax is exploring the possibility of more Hellraiser and Scream movies.
Yes.
So,
I'm down for Scream. I've never been a Hellraiser fanboy, but I am a Scream fanboy, so bring it on.
Same. Yeah, I've watched all the Hellraiser movies, and I enjoyed them, but they definitely fell off after 3, unfortunately.
I watched one of the more recent ones when it came to Netflix first. It was where Pinhead was he was just chubby and he looked weird as fuck, and
yeah.
it did not work. It was fucking garbage.
Yeah, because I think that was a brand new actor, and yeah, he just wasn't right for the role at all. It has to be Doug Bradley. He's really the only actor, just like Robert Englund is for Freddy.
Yeah,
it's hard to portray somebody else as that character. But yeah, we might see more Hellraiser and Scream movies. I'm really excited about Scream as well, because I don't know if I like the direction they're taking the show now, and I feel like probably another movie might do it right again.
If Neve Campbell comes back,
yeah,
she has to be in all of them. Otherwise, they're not Scream.
Yeah, it has to be the same characters.
Because look what happened to I Know What You Did Last Summer. They no more. What's her name? Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah.
No more her, and then all of a sudden it's like a ghost after these people. I don't want it to go to that level of shit. So
right. So next up, we're gonna talk about Alan Wake. Actually, was a horror video game. Did you play it, Sam?
What is it called?
Alan Wake.
No. When?
Oh, this was late 2000s, I want to say, or maybe earlier even.
Was this a PS2 game?
I don't remember. I think it was that generation, I want to say. I know I played it on PC, I think. So I'm not 100% sure, but it's kind of this really atmospheric, kind of adventure horror game. But it was really good. And then we didn't really see much from that game after it was initially released. But now apparently it's going to be a live-action TV series. So it's an adaptation. But I'm pretty excited about it because, yeah, it's very moody and dark and atmospheric. And there's these cool shadow creatures. And it was kind of fun. So and the story was pretty good. So
I don't know. We'll see. I never played the video game. I could take a look at it, watch a full walkthrough, a video walkthrough, and
yeah, it's not super long, but it's a cool game, and I think they have potential to make a good TV show out of it. So we'll see. That stuff is kind of hard sometimes to pull off. So I don't know, but next up, this one's about an underwater Jason Voorhees statue. And this has actually been going around social media, kind of.
Oh, yeah, they got to remove it because it's considered garbage.
Yeah. It's in Arizona. So I don't know what the fuck's wrong with the people in Arizona, but that is not garbage. That is art.
Yeah.
That is an art installation, and that should be protected.
I think that's a douchebag move. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not doing anything.
Yeah, and anything wrong, right?
Yeah, it's a fucking statue.
Yeah, it's just there. What are the fish like? What's it gonna do? Like pollute the water, contaminate it, or something? I highly doubt it.
Yeah, it's just plastic.
So yeah, I don't get why. Clean up all that other shit. Like clean up all the cigarette butts and bottles and stuff like that. You know, why do you have to go after like this thing?
It's kind of weird. This is in Arizona because Crystal Lake was supposed to be in New Jersey.
Yeah, I think that's like where the original site is. Or something. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, somebody just put it there. Literally, it was probably just like a fan. So it could have been anywhere. But I think it's cool. I don't know. I guess I kind of want to say, like, if you kind of want to keep it there for, like, the horror community, then maybe reach out to, like, the city or something, or, like, make a petition. I don't know. Something like that. We could start something like that.
Or just go take the statue and put it in another lake.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I don't know. I guess they'd have to, like, take it away from their jurisdiction or something, because they clearly don't want it there specifically. So I don't know, but we're gonna move on now. Give you guys a couple trailer updates. So the first big one is for Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. So this one we've kind of talked about. It's that dark Sabrina the Teenage Witch kind of reboot, and it's gonna be on Netflix.
I saw the poster. I haven't seen the trailer.
Yeah, I haven't watched the trailer either, but the still on there, like the thumbnail, looked really cool.
Yeah.
So, and I can tell it's gonna be like gritty because I saw like the teaser thing, and yeah, it looks.
Yeah, I think I saw that a few weeks back actually.
Yeah, it looks dope. So go check that one out. That comes out October 26th on Netflix.
Damn, everything's coming out on Netflix. There's not that many like new cable shows that are just popping out the blue. Stranger Things, now this, and Atypical, and I'm talking just horror. I'm talking TV shows.
Oh
in
yeah,
general.
yeah. And actually, now that you mention that, there's another new horror TV show coming out.
Oh great!
And the trailer actually just dropped today. It's that Haunting of Hill House. Remember that one?
Yeah.
The trailer just dropped today. So whenever you're listening to this, you know, you could just look back a day or two.
Shit, I gotta start reading the news more.
Yeah.
I just know from what I hear off Facebook, I've been like neglecting Bloody Disgusting.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff does travel to Facebook eventually, but unless you're like actually looking at Bloody Disgusting and or Dread Central or anything, then you're not really gonna know like most of it, you know.
It's okay. I like being surprised.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, you can find it on like Reddit and stuff most likely too, because people actually look at those sites on there. But yeah, that looks pretty cool. The next one is Apostle, and this one is coming on Netflix October 12th, and it's actually from Gareth Evans, who did The Raid. And
I haven't. What is this?
So The Raid is actually like a fucking martial arts movie, basically. So this is supposed to be horror. This is like completely different, and it's supposed to be some kind of like a Lovecraft inspired thing.
Oh shit!
So I'm always interested by those, you know, because I like all the Lovecraft lore. So this one looks pretty cool.
This one's like some cult shit. I like it already.
Yeah. So if there's any mention even of like tentacles and shit like that, like Cthulhu type stuff, then I'm all for it.
Yeah.
So I hope that's what it is. And the last one I actually found kind of just randomly.
New sci-fi TV movie. Holy shit.
Yeah.
There hasn't been one of these in I think 2 years. They had their rip-off of Don't Knock Twice.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was called though.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I usually don't watch them anymore, but they used to be fire.
Oh,
right?
man.
Like sci-fi movies were the best. I think this is probably going to be a good return to form, but it's a movie called Killer High, and it's about a group of students or something who try to survive in their school when one of the mascots gets morphed into a warthog.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It's like a killer warthog. Just
is this like supposed to be like throwback-ish, or is this supposed to be something retarded like Thanksgiving or like Zombieverse? Is that what this is?
No, I think this actually sounds kind of like more serious. Yeah.
No.
I think it might be. I don't think it's meant to be funny. I think it might be an actual like monster movie.
That's bad.
What? I don't know. I think it could be alright.
It's supposed to be a warthog, you said?
Yeah.
It would be cool if we didn't know what it is.
Yeah, kind of. But
Oh, look, there's this thing in the school and it's killing kids. It's kind of less scary. Guys, there's like a lion in the school. And
but it's weird that it just like becomes alive out of the mascot or something. You know, I don't know. It
seems
kind of
90s. That seems 90s.
Yeah. I liked monster movies back in the 90s, you know?
We were just talking about this from Goosebumps earlier. We only liked them because that's when we grew up.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Otherwise, they're pretty bad.
Yeah, there's definitely like a sense of nostalgia to them for sure.
Like this one, like the second you said Warthog, Killer Warthog from Mascot, I was like, this is like some early 90s shit. Like,
yeah.
This is like 1990s, like fucking Tales from the Crypt shit.
I feel like sci-fi was making those types of movies still back in like even like the late 2000s.
I gave up. Okay, look,
you know?
I gave up on sci-fi when they fucking made Sharknado.
Yeah, no, me too. I agree with you completely.
They should have stayed. You know, when they were good, when they were still skiffy and not sci-fi.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I forgot that they were skiffy, as you put it.
That's. I mean.
So elaborately.
But yeah, that's why I can't accept this movie, because it's a sci-fi TV movie. There was one fucking sci-fi TV movie. These people were in like this like research facility or like a jail or something, and there was this monster just crawling through the vents and killing everyone. Like, it was like a sci-fi movie. I was probably in like, I want to say 6th to 8th grade. So anywhere from what fucking year was that?
I don't know, like early 2000s.
2006 through 2009, we'll say.
Oh, okay.
That's when I saw this.
Okay.
Might have been earlier, but
I mean, I feel like that was a pretty good time. That was a pretty good time for sci-fi.
Because that's when I got I got Comcast in 6th grade, so I had to have been 6th through 8th grade. Yeah,
that sounds about right. I was watching sci-fi back then too, surprisingly, you know, because they were all like cheesy movies.
I recorded this movie too.
Did you?
You know, you know how you can use like back in the day, just pop a thing
in
the VCR and just record it, like
with the VCR Samael for the kids.
Oh man, it's like this tape player that like you got to rewind the movie every time you finish.
Doesn't that sound awful?
We used to have a substitute teacher. I don't know if you remember Miss Porter.
We
were in Miss Evanoff's class, and after the movie ended, she kept rewinding the DVD. I swear on my life.
Yeah, man. I mean, well, they have to, so the next class can watch it.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, but anyway, the Killer High is coming to Sci-Fi as part of their like 31 days of Halloween or whatever, which I like when they do that. This actually looks like a decent lineup, but it's coming October 20th. So if you have cable still for whatever reason,
I'm gonna watch it, and you know what we're gonna do? When this comes out, we're reviewing it for the chopping block, and I'm gonna be like, see, it was bad.
No, I don't know. I want to give it the benefit of the doubt.
You think it's gonna be like good, like a good type of bad, like?
Yeah. Probably. I mean, because this is why. Because you already know that the CGI is going to be garbage.
I mean, I still think we have a really large amount of material from the 90s.
Yeah.
That this does not have to be made. You know, we have like a wide variety of shit movies that weren't shit. You know what I mean?
People always want to bring stuff back. You know how it is. That's why it's like that.
I guess, but like I don't need to be I don't want to be sad every time I see like a movie and I'm like, the 90s were so good. Like nostalgia. That's nostalgia still a pain that you feel in your heart.
Isn't that what happens to you basically every time you watch an 80s horror movie though? Even though you weren't born in the 80s?
Yeah, for some reason. Like
it's just weird, yeah.
I mean, it's because I grew up watching those. Because when I'd ask my parents, like, yo, pop in a scary movie. I want to see something scary. They would pop in like Jason from 1983 and like Freddy and shit like that was playing on TV.
Yeah, I always watch like The Shining and like The Haunting and like Exorcist and shit, like Poltergeist. Poltergeist freaked me the fuck out the first time I watched it.
The Shining was one of the first movies I watched. Like, besides like Terminator and Mortal Kombat was where it all started for me.
I love Mortal Kombat. Yeah,
the movie's so bad.
Yeah, honestly, that movie is kind of horror because there's people getting fucking decapitated by punches and shit.
Yeah, it's great though.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
So yeah, Killer High, we're gonna make fun of it in a few weeks.
Sure. All right, so
and now for our next segment.
Yes.
We bring to you, what are we bringing?
The Cult Corner. All right, guys. So this week's Cult Corner is going to be about a little American giallo, Alice, Sweet Alice.
Are you sure it was American?
It was American or British. I don't quite remember. I think it was American. Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah, because no one was Like, there's like a few British people, but those fuckers always
Like in general.
those fuckers always end up in our movies.
Yeah, that's
you never
true,
see
yeah.
British films like, hey, let's get a guy from Utah and.
That's why every time there's like a YouTube, Facebook video or something, and it's like, I don't know, fucking like Liam Neeson speaking English and then like speaking, I don't know, British. You're like, not British, but you know,
English
with an English accent.
UK English.
Yes, and then everyone's like, oh my god, I didn't know that he was British or whatever. You know, it's like,
Yeah,
really,
it's
really,
fucking
Janice. I bet you didn't know that Andrew Lincoln is also British and shit.
I didn't know that. What's his name from the movie with Tom Hardy, Warrior?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know the guy Joel, who was also in The Gift, was Australian. He pulls off
Oh yeah.
the American accent pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah, we suck at doing an English accent, but
No, he sucks.
British people are very good at doing like an American accent. I don't know why. I don't know why it's like that, but it is. Whatever.
We're just not talented.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. I'm very not talented at anything. But
I can second that.
thank you.
I support you fully.
Thank you. So, Alice Sweet Alice was directed by Alfred Soule in 1976. It had like a $400,000 budget.
I swear to God,
Crazy.
Happy Birthday to Me is the unofficial sequel to this. And today we're going to find out why.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because I still haven't watched that. But as for Alice Sweet Alice, I'm surprised. Actually, I was surprised by how old this movie was. 76, damn. And it was really inspired by giallo movies. Well, actually, that's not true, because I think I read that the director actually didn't really like know about that many giallo film or something like that, or like he didn't, intentionally make it very giallo-like, because it was actually inspired by Don't Look Now.
Oh, really?
In like a lot of its elements, yeah.
It was pretty giallo. Like this
Yeah,
is
I know.
I would consider this a giallo. If anyone's like, what's a good giallo film? I'll tell them Alice, Sweet Alice.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh wait, I
I
spoiled my opinion.
Well, it was a good movie though.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I all signs pointed to her cousin.
Uh-huh.
And then at the end, it was something completely different.
Yeah. The end was really weird
Yeah,
to me.
So at the end, who was the killer? What was her name? Was it Mrs. Tredoni?
Yeah.
So Mrs. Tredoni ended up being the killer.
Mm-hmm.
So let's rewind. So Alice and her sister have this like hate relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and then Alice gets choked to death at the church, and her chain is missing. And they
No. Alice kills her sister. You said Alice gets choked.
Oh yeah, not Alice. Her sister
Yeah,
Karen, right?
Karen, yeah.
Okay, yeah, and Alice didn't kill her. You dick.
Well, we don't know. But yeah, no, I think she does say later that she killed her.
Really?
Yeah, I think there's one specific scene where I think that she confesses to her mother that she killed Karen.
I don't remember that part.
It's like it's kind of a quick part, but it's like she like yells and everything. I think that's what I remember anyway. But
So you don't think it was that? So basically, Karen gets killed, and Alice starts getting blamed for it. Then Alice's aunt gets stabbed by an unknown assailant who turns out to be Mrs. Tredoni. And why is Mrs. Tredoni doing this?
'cause she's like, I don't know, I think she like lost her husband or something like that, and she got like really like devoted to God, but in like a bad way, and then she was like really close with this priest or something, and she was just batshit crazy, she's like, I must kill for God because you're a whore and shit like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
You gave that whore communion, but you won't give it to me.
Right. So, yeah, but it was a very suspenseful movie. I liked the whole mystery behind it, because even when I knew who the killer was, I also wasn't quite sure if, like, somebody else maybe was involved, too.
I think so.
Yeah. So I don't know. But yeah, I thought it was, like, a really gripping story. Yeah, it had a lot of giallo elements, especially with the killer. Like, very close-up shots of, like, her hands moving in with the knife or something like that, and it was pretty gory, actually. Like, a lot of people thought this movie was shocking, apparently. So,
I mean, when the fat dude got stabbed, what was his name? Alfonso.
or Alfonso, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was I think that whole character was gross. They did a good job with it.
By the way, you can find this movie for free on Tubi TV.
Yes. Go check out Tubi if you have not already.
We're not sponsored by them, but
it's a great service.
We'd like to be.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
We'd like to be.
Because they have a lot of movies and a lot of actually really good horror.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, surprisingly. But
they also have this on Shudder, I think.
I think I checked yesterday and I didn't find it on there.
It used to be on there.
Yeah, I think so.
I think they just took
I don't
it
know
off
why they removed it, yeah. But it is on Amazon Prime. So I'm sure everybody has that at least. So yeah, download Tubi. Anyway, and you can check it out on there too. But yeah, overall, I mean, I thought the movie was very cult because, yeah, it had those like giallo elements, even though it wasn't really intended to be that. It was intended to be like really just more of like a natural thriller. Yeah, I believe. I could be wrong. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
It just seemed like it was just a mystery. That's all it was.
Yeah,
like a murder mystery. It wasn't. I mean, I wouldn't classify it as horror, but you kind of have to because of the giallo elements. So
right, and I mean there was gore. There were people just fucking getting stabbed like all the time. Yeah, like literally there were a lot of people that got stabbed. It was
pretty good practical effects because like they didn't just throw fake intestines. Like they just showed the knife going into flesh. And it was. Blood just came out.
Like at the very end when she stabs the priest in the neck.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
that was good practical effects. So overall, yeah, I really liked the movie. I mean, even the score I thought was great. You know, because it was very similar to like a giallo score. You know, like we would expect from I don't know Fulci or Argento or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so at least for like a good chunk of the movie.
This would kind of make it one of the very first few slasher films as well. There was Black Christmas and Texas Chainsaw Massacre in '74.
Psycho.
Yeah,
even way back.
And then there was what was that one? Twitch of the Death Nerve.
Yeah. That was pretty early, I believe, too.
But those weren't like, those were also like murder mysteries, you know, like.
Yeah, but you know,
the kills were brutal.
Right, like for the time, they were so shocking to some people that they considered it, you know, really horrific. So that's why it's like that. That's why you'd even consider something like Dracula from like, you know, the 20s, 30s to be horror. Because at the time it was scary to people, you know.
I think it's spooky. It's not scary, you know.
Well, I mean, if you're living in like the 1920s, 1930s, you're probably going to be at least a little freaked out, you know.
Damn, back then you just put on colored contact lenses and makeup and walk up to someone and they'll die. Like,
yeah, pretty much.
I don't think they'd be ready for...
No.
I think they would shit their pants if they watched like Insidious.
Oh, most likely.
They would literally shit and like have a stroke.
Yeah, I think they would literally die. They'd just be scared to death.
Because I mean, I watch like a lot of 1930s, 1940s, like occasionally on like popcorn flicks. A lot of horror movies, and like they're not like at all scary. Like they got a nice spooky setting and they're kind of atmospheric.
Yeah, which I like. I like those. You know,
but like the character or like the monster is never really scary, you know.
Nah, that's true.
The monster comes out, you see the fucking strings, and it's just a puppet going like, it's
right, yeah,
just some fucking asshole controlling it. He's standing upright. It's only like the first half of like a werewolf. You just can't see it because the camera angle's like 45 degrees and the guy's out the shot. Like,
well, I would believe that people were kind of freaked out by Alice, Sweet Alice, because it everything that kind of made it what it was very unsettling.
A child dying.
Yeah.
A child possibly being the killer. It was probably unsettling for...
Yeah, I'm sure it was kind of ahead of its time, you know? Like Hitchcock brought a lot of those elements to the foreground, but... but, you know, a lot of movies didn't really take advantage of it until stuff like Alice, Sweet Alice and giallo films, you know?
But I would then you'd have to kind of consider Black Christmas a giallo too, because
I mean,
you don't know who the killer is.
Say so. Yeah.
And then in Black Christmas, Peter was like the red herring because he was like always around when like whenever the prank calls would be. He wasn't around when the prank calls would be made, and he'd show up after. And the kills were all like first person.
Right. Yeah, I agree completely. I don't know.
There's a lot of American movies that don't know that they're giallos.
Right. Yeah, I kind of would say that it was, you know, honestly. If somebody asked me, I'm like, yeah, I mean, pretty much. It's got a lot of the same elements, you know?
Yeah.
But Alice, Sweet Alice, I'd say definitely was made in that vein. And that's how a lot of people see it right now. But, yeah, I think that's why it's considered cult, you know? It's got this, it's got a following, You know, there are a lot of people that enjoy the film and like know about it.
Oh yeah, I think they had like a DVD or Blu-ray re-release recently too.
Yeah, I believe it came out on Blu-ray fairly recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, go check that out on Amazon Prime and on Tubi TV if you have either of those. But next up, we're gonna move on to our review of probably, you know, the hottest new movie to come out within the last week or two. It is The Predator. But before we get into that, here's just a couple of words from our partners.
Hi, this is Chris.
And this is Roger.
And if you like Tigers baseball, Major League Baseball, minor league baseball, analytics, pop culture references, movies, sports, food, check us out. Look for Tigers SRD on iTunes, Google Play, or Spotify.
Do you love pop culture? Discussions about pop culture? Ranking and rating treasured pieces of that shared culture against each other?
I mean, I do think Flea's a good bass player. He does what he does very well. And like I said, he's like a rock star, you know? He's eccentric. And what is so funny?
I just didn't know he talked so long about Flea. I didn't know anybody had so many feelings.
I do.
So many
I got
feelings.
yeah.
Music, movies, television, food, sports, pro wrestling. We are the determination of what is over or underrated across all fields of greater cultural consumption. Subscribe and review on Apple Podcasts and Podbean, or visit us at sportsradiodetroit.com. Over Under Fair, your final word in pop cultural relevance.
All right, so The Predator. We actually went and saw this opening night, Friday technically, opening night.
It wasn't that packed.
Yeah, it was actually a
But
nice theater.
I'm glad it wasn't. It should have been.
Yeah,
'Cause
whatever.
I'm gonna come out and say it. The movie was really good.
Yeah. I enjoyed it like immensely. I actually went and saw it again the following night with a different group of friends.
The only time I did that was with Scream 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, I enjoyed it. Like, I wasn't planning on going again, but I went over there and they hadn't seen it yet because they went on a trip or something like that. And I forget if I mentioned it. I think I mentioned that I went and saw it, and they were like, "Oh, nice," you know. But I'm like, "Oh, I'd go see it again if you guys wanted to go." So we went and I saw it again, and it was just as great the second time.
I thought it was gonna be long as shit. It was not.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It was paced really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
And no
agree.
part of the movie was I fucking bored. I was constantly laughing my ass off because of Keegan-Michael Key.
Yeah. Honestly, like, they knew how to fill the gaps between, like, the major action, like, very well. Because the dialogue was on point. And even, like, when it was kind of like a slower scene, they were still, like, either traveling somewhere or doing something, you know, while talking. So I enjoyed that aspect because, yeah, I feel like it, like, bridged the gaps very well. And it kind of kept that flow going, like, all the time, you know?
Yeah, well paced.
Yeah.
There was, like... I thought the cinematography was going to be more, like, action-y and erratic.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't.
Yeah, no, it was very unique.
I thought it was going to be shit. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was going to be some Michael Bay type shit.
No. Not like some Transformers shit.
It
That's
was
because
like,
they have nothing to work with. It's all like CGI, bro.
The action was intense, but like they switch between cameras a lot. They didn't have like one consistent camera that was like circling the fight scene like
Right.
They would just consistently switch, and like it was never just like one solid like
literally I think it's because like I think even in this movie you would notice like the weaker cinematography is typically during like the CGI scenes.
Yeah.
Because they have nothing to fucking focus on. I even like read something, I forget who it was that said it, but like cinematographers were basically saying, or this one was, that he hates working on movies with a lot of CGI because then he's like never really working that much, you know? It's just like, okay, just point the camera here, point the camera there, you know, like they'll set stuff up.
Yeah.
But it's not the same thing as the real thing. That's why practical effects are so like miraculous to me.
If they had better practical, I think they have way better practical effects nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, the practical effects in The Predator were actually good when they were there.
Yeah.
But like later in the movie, it went like pretty much completely CGI, which I didn't like quite as much. I understand probably why they couldn't do it, because the other aspect of the movie was very alien-like and very fast and everything. So it would have been hard to do with practical effects. So I get it, but you know, the last half of the movie I didn't like quite as much as the first half, when the actual like predator came.
The giant
and he
one?
was just when he was just killing everybody. Or like the first Predator in the movie.
The first one was gangster. He just
Yeah.
killed everyone in that science lab.
That was the best part.
He saw Olivia Munn cowering in fear. He's like, nah, why would I do that?
Yeah, there's no point. It's not fun for him.
I mean, he had to kill them. He didn't want to kill.
Mhm.
He wasn't like a human killer, but he had to do it because, like,
Yeah.
I mean, he was trying to give them technology,
Mm-hmm.
and if he stuck around for too long, then the other predator would attract him. That's why he had to kill everyone and
Yeah.
get out of there. They were all trying to attack him. I mean,
Yeah. So I mean, yeah,
it's
all,
not his fault.
all that stuff was in the trailer. But if you haven't seen the movie yet, basically the story, without giving spoilers, is about a predator who arrives to Earth with a package, and his ship goes down or whatever, and he like escapes, and he means to get the package, and he goes on the run. There's like a group of people that get tangled up with the predator because the predator gets captured actually, and he goes on a rampage. Another predator comes through, and they have a scrap basically for some reason that you find out later in the movie, but that's the basic storyline. But yeah, I thought it flowed very well. I guess we could talk about the dialogue too. I mean, the dialogue was pretty great. Like, it was very funny.
There was a joke every 10 fucking seconds.
Yeah, it's true.
But it didn't seem like it was excessive. It seemed like it was
Yeah.
appropriate for the situation that they were in.
Yeah, I mean, there were definitely more serious scenes too. So I felt like there was a pretty good balance, but it was very funny consistently. And yeah, I don't think it really
Even a lot of
forced.
even
or
a lot of the
anything.
deaths in the movie were pretty funny because like
Yeah, kind of.
everyone that died would like either do something or like say a fucking one-liner like
Yeah.
before they would die. Like,
That's why it's an action movie. There's always got to be like a punchline
Yeah.
to everything, before every badass moment.
that's how it happens.
Yeah, but I thought it was great. I mean, the dialogue was good. The jokes were funny. I don't think they were like very, tacky or forced or anything like that.
Besides that one part that
Yeah.
that Alan mentioned to us, what
Yeah.
what are you? And then he was like, "Grr," and he's like, shut the fuck up, and he shot him.
Yeah.
I thought that was cheesy.
Yeah, I didn't quite like that part that much, but I don't know. Because I think the alien starts actually saying something in English, so that's his response. I don't know. But I didn't like it as much, yeah. That's what, like I said, I didn't like the ending quite as much as the rest of the movie, but overall, I thought it was a good movie. Like, it had good action. The CGI was actually pretty good,
There was no shitty acting.
Yeah, I thought all the acting was pretty decent. The main actor could have been better, but everybody else was great,
It seemed more like things would always go in like the hero's direction though.
Yeah, it was very
Cliche.
kind of like Fast and Furious and stuff like that. Like, they always manage to get out of it somehow. They're always able to overcome it and
Yeah.
look badass.
Yeah, it's not like Infinity War where stuff just
Right.
like so. All right, the ass whooping. All right, we're
Yeah.
good. Oh fuck, another ass whooping. Oh fuck, we
Mhm.
lost. What the fuck? All right,
Yeah.
see you next movie. Like, that's how you should do it.
Yeah, basically. But I don't know. I mean, I thought that was fine because it was definitely like, I don't want to say like a happy-go-lucky movie, but it was a little bit more of like a fun movie. So it was a little lighter, I guess. I don't know. Even though there was a lot of gore and stuff, which I thought was great. Like, I actually thought like the horror elements, like during all the massacres and stuff, were actually like pretty decent. You
Yeah.
know,
I would say
they
overall
weren't
it's
scary, but
I would say it was like a really rewatchable movie too.
Mhm.
So,
yeah.
like I said, I'm gonna watch it again. I'm gonna buy it when it comes out. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. I want to get like the Blu-ray collector's edition or
Yeah,
whatever.
for real.
you
This
know?
this was really good. This is.
Mhm.
I mean, I haven't seen an action movie. I don't consider superhero movies action movies, but I
Yeah,
haven't seen an action movie in a minute, and this one was pretty good.
yeah. It was definitely still horror, but yeah, it was definitely more like action comedy. But I thought that was fine. They're trying to take it in a little bit more of a different direction, because we've talked about it personally. The first Predator was definitely meant to be more of a horror action movie,
Yeah,
right? Versus like an action movie with some horror elements, and it worked completely.
And Predator
But this is
2
definitely a different movie to that.
I think Predator 2 was like a bit more like
Yeah,
intense because it was just on like a subway or whatever.
yeah, or like city streets, the subway, yeah, something like that. It's been a while since I've seen Predator 2.
Predator takes Manhattan.
Yeah, but I saw Predators the most recently, I think,
That's when like
and
the good predators and the bad predators were fighting.
that's when like the humans ended up on the Predator homeworld or something like that, and they're like hunted. Because there's just like a bunch of predators.
Because I remember predators fighting each other at one point.
That may have happened in Predators, yeah. I don't completely remember.
I saw Predators in theaters. I don't remember like.
Right. Yeah, I think I did too. I saw it on TV like not super long ago, but The Predator, definitely a different movie than the first one. But I don't think it's really that right to compare it, you know, because it's not really a sequel. Like, it takes place later in that world, but I don't know. They're trying to do like a lot of new stuff, like introduce all these like actual sci-fi elements into it, you know, with like what they're trying to do science-wise, you know, like biologically.
Yeah, they went really in depth with like
whatever.
the story in this one. They're like, oh, well, the next step in evolution is and this guy's
the first one was definitely way
I
more
think,
like of an enigma, you know.
All right, spoiler alert. So seriously, if you don't want to hear, don't listen. Okay, I think the dude at the end is gonna become the new Predator, and like
Really?
he's gonna go haywire.
Oh, because of the suit?
Yeah, I think so. And then he's gonna
Maybe.
like. I think so.
That'd be interesting. I think he might actually use it for real, but that would be definitely an interesting twist.
He might go use it to go fight other aliens and shit.
Yeah. I think that's the intended purpose. I don't know, but anyway.
I think it would be cool if he went haywire. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, spoilers over, guys. Welcome back.
Okay. Sorry. Thank you. So overall, I really enjoyed the movie, and I would understand the criticism of it, but you just kind of really got to put your biases, you know, away, your pre-biases away.
Yeah, this isn't
before
supposed
you
to
go
be.
see it. Just see it with an open mind.
This isn't supposed to be some groundbreaking, innovative fucking
no.
movie. You're just going to go have fucking fun. Stop being so fucking jaded all the fucking time.
The first one, you knew literally nothing about the Predator, so it was an entirely like an enigma. Like, what is it? What is going on? Why is it here?
And now we do what they love, what people
now
love
it's
nowadays.
like,
Here, we'll explain it.
Yeah.
Here you go, you fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
But this was very obviously intended to be more of an action comedy movie with some horror elements. And I think it achieved that pretty successfully. You know, I would give it a pretty, like, out of 5, I would probably give it a solid 4.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I was gonna give it out of like a 10. I was gonna give it like a good like 8. Like,
Yeah, that's fair.
it was
That's
really
fair.
enjoyable. I don't know. I wasn't bored
No, I was never bored.
at all.
I was constantly like, oh man, like that was awesome, you know?
Movies aren't supposed to change us, right? They're supposed to fucking
Mhm.
entertain us. That
Right.
was really fucking entertaining.
I agree completely, yeah.
Did its job. Hopefully, there's a sequel soon.
I hope so,
That's
yeah.
all I gotta say. Go see it.
Definitely go see it. But now, we're going to move on
Go see it.
to our final segment of the episode, and this is the chopping block.
So apparently, we're talking about ghost stories,
Yes.
and it was like allegedly. It was released last year, but it came out on Blu-ray this year.
Yeah, I mean, it came out like in the festivals and stuff, I think.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
So this year, officially, it was like released widely, you know?
I had no idea which direction this movie was going.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be definitely more of an actual anthology film, because basically the story is about this professor that
And he's like a super atheist, and he fucking tries to debunk everything paranormal.
he doesn't believe in ghosts, spirits, or any of that kind of stuff. And he meets like his idol, who is also supposed to be this debunker. And this guy basically tells him it's all bullshit. I know that there's actual ghosts and stuff out there.
Right, here's these 3 case files. Check them out. And he's like, by the way, Goodman, I saw your work. It was shit.
Yeah.
You're a fucking this, you're that.
So imagine if your idol basically told you that shit. So now he has to go out to each of these people and have them, you know, retell their story to him.
Yeah.
To see if he can like solve it. And it basically just goes on from there, and it tests him as, you know, this paranormal denier about his beliefs, you know, and like who he is, who he's been pretending to be this whole time.
You kind of see him doubting himself.
Exactly.
As he's approaching these like supernatural situations, sort of. He sees that he gets scared a lot as he's picturing I'll spoil it. As he's picturing like his old friend. He doesn't know it was him, but you remember when he was standing with the dude that had the shotgun at the end.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then the dude with the hood was just like behind him staring at him. And he's like, what?
Yeah.
What?
There's a lot of twists in the movie, and there's a lot of things that are connected. That's the one thing I'll say that it's not really a spoiler, but kind of. But a lot of things are connected. So if you really pay attention to everything,
you're not gonna figure it out.
Yeah, you probably won't figure it out completely. But at the end, you'll see like, oh, okay, that made sense when that happened.
I didn't
earlier.
figure it out until he went back to the old dude and start talking shit to him.
Right. Yeah, like you definitely don't figure it out at first, but like you just got to collect all the data, and then toward the end when, you know, everything happens, then you'll be like, oh, okay, that's why this happened earlier. You know, so it's kind of like that. At least that's how I saw it. So, but yeah, it's very interesting. There's a great mystery there, and it just takes you everywhere. Like, I don't know, it's just weird. You know?
It seemed like it was one of those fantasy horror movies. That's what I liked about it.
Yeah, it was very fantastical.
No. It was...
Like, oh, I mean, it kind of was, though, because, yeah, it's like, there's this whole concept of 3 case files, right? Which I thought was cool.
Yeah, I was...
In the first place, you know?
That's what I was like, yeah, this movie's going to be quite a...
Yeah.
It's gonna be quite a long way before this shit's over, but I kind of hated after he got done talking to the people how like they would just move on to like the next thing. Like,
yeah, like I wish he explored those cases more. I wish that was kind of the whole movie
instead of just like an interview. I wanted him to go in depth, like look up like fucking archives and shit.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the recreations of them were cool, and I actually thought they were really effective. Like the actual jump scares were effective. You know.
Oh man, the scene with the dude's fucking wife.
Yeah, that was great, and the practical effects were very good. I just thought they like built a great atmosphere when they were telling each story, and each one felt unique, you know.
But to spoil, not to spoil it, but I'll give you, it's okay. Imagine Babadook, like that's kind of the type of movie this is.
Yeah, sort of.
Like
Well, I mean.
Okay, Blair Witch 2.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. It's a pretty unique film. I mean,
it is, but
there are a lot of movies that kind of have the same twists to it, but
yeah,
you know, it's its own thing because it's like it is kind of an anthology because it's these 3 stories, and then there's like an overarching story that, you know, it is completed.
Yeah, that was like the main point. Like
right.
It was like everything else was just a lead up to what you didn't know, to what was like the objective truth of the whole movie. Is that this guy?
Don't spoil it.
He can't know about the paranormal. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
He can't like.
Yeah, we gotta let the people figure it out for themselves because they're gonna watch
this
it.
Shit.
You know?
Go on Xfinity. It's $6. Click rent movie.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think it's streaming anywhere yet, but we wanted to still approach it because it is like video on demand, technically. You know, so it is out there streaming. So you just gotta pay a little bit of money for it, but you're paying for all those apps and shit anyway. So
yeah, you pay for Netflix.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter.
And you don't even watch 90% of that. 90%.
90%.
I would say. Do
probably.
you watch those Indian dramas?
Hell no.
Okay, I don't. So
that's like 60% right there.
Seriously.
Yeah, they're everywhere. God. Put more horror on there. Nobody wants to see the Indian stuff.
I haven't watched horror like from Netflix in a while. I watched the Inside remake on Hulu.
Okay.
It wasn't that scary.
Yeah, you gotta watch you gotta watch the real one.
The real one seems like it would be more twisted.
It's way fucking darker. Yeah.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hulu, Tubi. I've been staying away from Netflix.
Yeah.
Hulu, Tubi, Popcorn Flicks, and Amazon Prime Video.
And Shudder, obviously.
Shudder, obviously. I just watched Black Christmas again the other day.
Yes. Good choice.
I fucking love horror.
I watched Deep Star 6 last night.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good one. Yeah.
Get Shudder.
Yes.
Or Screambox. They have like nearly almost the same library.
Yeah.
They just each have like some movies that are different. They have like Shudder exclusives, but Tubi, Hulu, Netflix is kind of dead. So
Netflix has good ones here and there. They're gonna have all the good TV shows, so that's kind of why I'm gonna keep it, because I want to see like The Haunting of Hill House and Sabrina and shit like that.
I want to see fucking Stranger Things, the new season.
Yes.
I want to see the new Scream season.
Yes.
I've watched the second season of Slasher Only, and I highly recommend that you.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
You'd really like it. It's so like, you would not expect the twist.
I'm gonna for sure watch it. Like, that's my next thing I'm gonna watch, I think.
For sure. So, guys, Ghost Stories, atmospheric movie. It has that kind of fantasy film vibe.
Mm-hmm.
It gets really kind of like, I don't know, it gets really obscure near the end.
It's very unsettling, too,
Yeah.
I think.
It had like 2 jump scares the whole movie, but they were done like perfect.
Mm-hmm.
There was good character development.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, I mean, you didn't really care about this fucking guy, but like you knew like what type of person he was.
Yeah.
But overall, I really liked it, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not chopped. If you can get your hands on the DVD, or I keep saying DVD like we're in the fucking early 2000s. If you can get the Blu-ray, get it. If you don't want to pay $20 for a Blu-ray,
Yeah. Some people
Then
still
just-
buy DVDs.
just wait till it's just rent it.
Yeah.
Get a fucking go to the Red Box
Mm-hmm.
or whatever.
Pay like $1 or whatever.
I should go to the Red Box.
Yeah, it's nice. It's cheap. I just don't go because I don't want to have to drive. If I gotta pay like $3, then fuck it, I'll pay $3. I paid like $7 for Freddy Got Fingered because I didn't want to like buy it in like a fucking store and go somewhere.
Also, you have like a digital copy.
Yes, I have a digital copy of Freddy Got Fingered.
I have a digital copy of on my DVR of Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, we gotta
That's a
talk
good
about that
one.
one.
Oh yeah, we will for sure.
Let's do Cult Corner next week. Scooby-Doo on Zombie fucking
I'm down,
Island.
so expect that, people.
I'm dead serious.
Yes. Yeah, go tell us what you think about all of our selections, from the Cult Corner to our main segment to the chopping block. Let us know what you think about those movies. Did you have differing opinions? You can tell us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, our website, wherever, basically.
And
you can
also-
email us.
And also make sure you check out Sports Radio Detroit
Yes.
on their Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages. See, Twitter got me saying at fucking millennials.
At Samael.
Yeah, no, I'm not making a Twitter. No, I have a Twitter, but I only used it to like get Dead by Daylight and Friday
Yeah.
the 13th game updates.
Yeah, I used to use it to get like I don't know, you would like retweet something from like a mobile game and you'd get like currency in the game or some shit like that, you know, or you get entered for like a chance to win something.
Yeah.
That's like all I had it for. But now I, operate the Grave Discussions one, obviously, so that's the only reason I really use it. But I do get horror updates a lot with that, so it's pretty nice.
Yeah, we don't even need personal Twitters. Who cares?
Yeah, but yeah, guys, go check out Sports Radio Detroit. Go check out our stuff. We have a website now. There's actually a player there for the newest episode, which should be this one.
Oh, snap.
I hope you're listening to it on our website, but you can also listen to it on Sports Radio Detroit as well. So there's a lot of ways to get our content, and we're publishing written reviews now, so we're doing a lot of stuff.
Yep, we're gonna start our. It's just a matter of time. I just got to go to Party City, get some masks. We're gonna do the YouTube thing.
Oh
too.
yeah, I would love that.
The 5-minute fright views.
Yes.
That's not the name of it. I'm just kind of at.
Yeah,
like,
spitballing. I know.
Yeah, spitballing. That's the word for it.
Spitballing. Yeah.
English is such a
It's fucking weird.
fucking weird.
It's kind of disrespectful how weird it is.
Yeah, it really
Like, it
is.
sounds normal when you're talking like normally, but then you say a word like spitballing or like kazoo or
Yeah.
something, and you're like, what the fuck
Yeah, it
is
seems
this?
like it's all not. We need to go back to Latin.
I agree, yeah. Dominus. Everything is just a chant.
Yeah, that would see. I think
Yeah.
people would be happier.
I think so too. Let's try it right now.
No,
Thank you for listening to Great Discussions.
I don't know. I feel sad now.
It's only because I made it like kind of melodramatic.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
You fucked with my like brain serotonin levels.
All right. Well, take us away, Sam.
It's been great.
It's been a pleasure.
Next week we talk about Scooby-Doo. So tune in
Yeah.
on what's today's date?
Today technically is September 19th.
Tune in on September 26th
Tune in next week.
on Grave Discussions.
This has been an SRD production.